What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to Cage Conversations. It's your host, The Vulture, and we are coming at you with another UFC main card breakdown. This week we're going over Della Maddalena versus Prates. Now, quick reminder, this is a special start time since they are out in Australia this weekend. In the Chicagoland area, the prelims will start at 3 a.m. with the main card following at 6 a.m. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, and get ready for another Cage Conversation.
Back down on the shit, dog, I don't stand down. Don't say that you love me, but don't know me, keep the scam out. Bitch, I'm so efficient, man, it's tight so I can stand out. Please don't interrupt me, see this room like where you stand now. I don't ever back down on the shit, dog, I don't stand down. Don't say that you love me, but don't know me, keep the scam out.
Alright, kicking up the main card in the heavyweight division, we have a scrap between Tai Bam Bam Tuivasa, and he takes on Louis the Vanilla Gorilla Sutherland. Now, Tai Tuivasa is on a 6-fight losing streak, so it's very important that he gets his hand raised this weekend, because we know what happens to people who are on a low winning streak in the UFC. They tend to get kicked out that door fairly easily. So Tuivasa, you gotta step your game up, you gotta get the win this weekend. Tuivasa is a very heavy rated KO artist with 14 of his 15 wins coming by way of knockout. He does need to keep this fight on the feet. He struggles on the floor and he almost never gets back up when he gets taken down. He's got solid boxing and he needs to utilize it and put the pressure on early. He also needs to move his head and he can't get backed up against the cage. He moves very well, but it's only forward or backward. He doesn't cut angles. He doesn't like to slip very often. It's either forward or straight back. We don't really see him move side to side. On the other side of the octagon, we've got Louis Sutherland. He's 0-2 in his UFC career. Not a bad stat for him starting off, but he's also on a losing streak. He's got to get a W eventually because it doesn't look good for him. So, he is a stand-up fighter. He's got very good boxing abilities, and he's got a strong right hand. He is also not the best ground fighter either, but going against Tai Tuivasa, I don't think that's anything he has to worry about. On the contrary, I don't think Tuivasa has anything to worry about either, since Sutherland doesn't have that good ground game experience. Sutherland also seems more efficient in evading strikes. He's got good head movement. He knows what he's doing to evade the strikes. Doesn't always come out the way he wants to, but he seems to be the one that can move his head and cut the angles a lot better. Sutherland can also not be scared to stand and trade. Yes, Tuivasa has heavy hands. Yes, he's got that knockout power, but Sutherland has to stand his ground, trust his striking to get the job done. This is going to be a fun fight regardless. I think someone is definitely getting put out, and it'll probably happen between the first or second round. But I am going with Tuivasa on this one. I think he's going to come out victorious. I just think he's got the stronger chin, and I think he's got more fight IQ, and he's been in this organization longer. I don't think it'll get to him as bad. Hopefully he can get the job done and keep his winning streak going. Well, start a winning streak, I should say. I am a big Tuivasa fan. Sutherland, in my opinion, isn't that much of a threat for him, but anything can happen. But give me Tuivasa by finish. Following up the heavyweights, we've got another set of heavyweights to go right after them. And this one is going to be between Shamil Gaziev, and he takes on Brando, the Bulk and Bear Prates. Now, Gaziev, super flat-footed fighter. His hands are down low, so takedowns need to be set up if you're going to land them. He keeps them low enough to where if you get that shot low enough, he'll scoop you up, bring you in tight, and put that distance between you guys again. He loves to throw a straight right down the middle, and that punch packs a lot of power. He's also got a good rear body kick, but he needs to utilize it more. He throws it, not as often, but every time he throws it, it lands, and it's accurate, and it's got a lot of power. He does need to move his head. It's very glued on that center line, and in the heavyweight division, you can't be on that center line too often because a big bomb will come through eventually. He's got a good gas tank. It's not the greatest, but for a heavyweight who throws constant bombs and power shots, his cardio has shown time and time again to be durable enough to go the entire 15 minutes. On the other side of the octagon, we've got Brando Prates. He is a total finisher. 5 KOs and 1 submission in his 6 victories. He's got fast and strong hands. He mixes his kicks well with his punches. He's very, very aggressive. He can throw bombs even when he's on the opposite side of pressure. We saw this in his fight against Sutherland. Sutherland was overloading him with strikes. Prates threw a straight bomb on the counter, dropped him, finished the fight. Now, he has never made it out of the second round, so his cardio might fail him. And this is very, very, very important because Gaziev has a good gas tank, and if he can outwit Prates in this fight, that might be the winning factor for him. Prates' takedown defense is mediocre to say the least. Okay, when he stunned Elijah Ellison in their meeting, Ellison still almost got the takedown. He was rocked, he was hurt, he was wobbly kneed, and he was 95% there. And that just shows how weak Preach's takedown defense is. He got lucky on stopping that takedown, in my opinion. So, for this fight, I'm still going to take Brando Preaches to get another finish as long as he keeps it on the feet. He's got to be the aggressor, and he should be the man getting his arm raised on Saturday. I don't think Gaziv has anything dangerous against him. He's not much of a grappler. His strikes aren't as powerful or as accurate as Preach's are. But Preachich has to be aggressive and has to keep the fight in his pace. He cannot let Gaziv take control of the fight, because that is when he will start to lose his fight slowly but surely, especially in the later rounds, given he has never made it out of the second round. So, Preachich, you got to get the finish early. If not, sorry buddy, I don't think you're going to get the win. Up next in the featherweight division, we have a bout between Marwan Freaky Rahiki versus Ali the Hungarian Stallion Schmid. Now, Rahiki's got fast hands. He's a good counter right hand, to be exact. He's got major improvement in his striking game in his debut as compared to his Contender Series fight. It looked like a whole different fighter in his debut. He was strong, he was fast, he was accurate, he was slipping very well. He did a very good job on working on his striking in his camp for his debut. With that said, his strong hands broke the jaw of Harry Hardwick to get his debut TKO win. Very impressive fight, very good fight. If you haven't seen that fight, head over and watch it. You won't be disappointed. Rahiki has a good and sneaky and accurate step-in right elbow, so that's got to be something to be cautious of if you're going to be making clinch entries against him. Rahiki, his gas tank, yet to be tested. None of his fights have made it past the second round, so we're not sure how he handles a full 15-minute fight, especially those last 3 minutes of the third round. Those is where the nerves can start getting to you. It might be new territory for you. It's a lot of psychological things that can go into your cardio if you haven't had that third round experience in your career. With that, he's got to learn to conserve his energy a bit better. He goes and puts it all out early, and that causes him to get fatigued pretty quickly, especially in his Contender Series fight. That was a huge problem. It seemed like he kind of worked on it in his last fight, but again, wasn't that impressive. Got to be cautious, got to be aware, and you got to be mindful of how you're exerting your energy in these fights. Now, against from him is Ali Schmid. Schmid has a 4-2 record with 3 of those 4 wins by finish. He's got good head movement on his entries, and he's got a powerful straight right. He's a good volume fighter, but he needs to be cautious of the counter game of Rahiki. He tends to get caught with check hooks, and this is going to be a problem because Rahiki will pick up on tendencies, and once he picks up on them, it's just a matter of time before he puts you out. He got good blast doubles in his arsenal, and he's got good back control on the ground. So if he gets you down and he gets on your back, you're going to have a very hard time to get him off of you. He does need to check leg kicks though. He's got to also control his cardio, and he can't risk getting tired so early. He's got to push the pace and force that third round. He's got to force Marwan into new and uncomfortable situations like that third round to see how his cardio is, because that might just be the key for him to win on Saturday. Regardless, I am taking Rahiki to win. I think he finishes Schmid due to him not having the best chin, and the power that Rahiki possesses, it's going to be a huge problem for Schmid. I think Rahiki is just better than Schmid in every area of the game, so I don't think this is going to be too much of a problem of an opponent for Rahiki to get the win on Saturday. Up next in the flyweight division, we have a bout between Tim Elliott, and he takes on Steve Astro Boy Erceg. Now, Tim Elliott is coming off of 2 impressive submission wins over Kaya Sakura and Sumardarji. Tim Elliott is fast and flashy with very unpredictable striking, and he's a great wrestler. But his hands are too low, and his head is found in that center line a little too frequently. Also, when he does duck his head to get out of that center line, he puts it in a very dangerous position to get countered with either an uppercut or a knee, so he's got to be careful with that. He also does get caught with counter strikes a little too often, and he doesn't like to be pressured in his fights. Anytime he gets pressured, he seems to shoot desperately, or he seems to try something awkward to get you to back off. He doesn't like the constant pressure, so you got to be in his face 25 to 100% of the time to make sure you are going to get that victory. Elliott needs to stick to his strengths, and it's got to be the grappling. I don't think he can stand and trade with Erceg because he will not be very successful. He has got to stick to the wrestling. He's got to get this to the floor. He's got to out-grapple him, and I think his best way to win will be by submission. Now, Erceg, on the other hand, very good striking. He's got good striking evasiveness. He's got good wrestling offense. He doesn't check leg kicks very much. His chin, very weak. It seems like over time, it takes a lot less for you to clip his chin and get him rocked or throw him off center and just daze him. He also struggles with fighters that are faster than him. I don't think Tim Elliott is much faster than him. They might be pretty even, but I think Usyk has a slight advantage in the speed. And those body shots seem to phase Usyk very, very obviously. It's like every time he gets hit in the stomach, he doesn't like it. He hates it with a passion, and it shows in his face. He balls up, and he gets out of that pocket immediately. For this one, I think Elliott is going to be victorious. Usyk is a great striker, but I think Elliott will out-wrestle him. I can even see Elliott catching Usyk with something awkward or something flashy that Usyk just doesn't see coming, and he might put him out that way. For Usyk to be victorious, though, he's got to be aggressive. He's got to put the pressure. He's got to utilize his boxing, and he's got to keep the fight standing. Unfortunately, Usyk isn't a high-pressure fighter. He'll throw his combinations, get out of the pocket. He won't be in your face the entire fight. He'll do what he has to do in the pocket, back out, reset, and do it again. He can't do that against Elliott because Elliott will take those opportunities of rest to shoot in for a double, to throw his strikes or whatever he's got to do to make you think. So he can't let Elliott think very much. I don't think there's anything there that Elliott can't handle, especially Usyk's wrestling defense, not very good. His offense is there, his defense, absent. Can't find it anywhere. Elliott should have no problem getting this one to the floor, and Elliott should have no problem getting the victory on Saturday. For our co-main event of the night, we have a lightweight matchup between Beneil Dariush, and he takes on Quillian Sakild. Now, Dariush, decorated UFC veteran, good grappler, solid head movement, and strong leg kicks, likes to stay in the pocket, but his chin doesn't. It's not what he used to be by any means. He's very flat-footed, and he needs to fix this, especially going against Sakild this weekend. Dariush's best weapon will be his grappling. Now, Quillian Sakild riding an 11-fight win streak, 8 of those wins being finishes, 6 of those 8 finishes coming in the first round. He's got great striking, fast hands, good kicks, and he's got good head movement. He's a strong hitter, and his right hand is very, very vicious. He's an okay wrestler when it comes to offense and defense. It does seem like he worked on it from his fight against Hapcras to when he fought Jamie Malarkey. But let's see how much it's improved this weekend going against a wrestler like Dariush. For this one, I'm still going to take Sakild by finish. I think he makes quick work of the veteran, and I think he gets it done early. He's got to keep it standing, though, because he has had a noticeable disadvantage in the grappling game. And when it comes to Dariush, you're going to see how much of a disadvantage it is if it gets to there. But I don't see that happening. I think Sakild gets it done early. I think he puts his lights out. And I think Dariush is going to be on the wrong side of a highlight reel this weekend. For the main event of the night, we have a welterweight matchup between Jack Della Maddalena, and he takes on Carlos the Nightmare Prates. Now, Jack Della Maddalena, aka JDM for the sake of saving words, stays heavy on that lead leg and has a high guard. He's got a good strong jab and a powerful straight right. He's got clever dirty boxing in the clinch, and he's got solid head movement. He's got good wrestling scrambles. They're not always successful, but he's always working and always trying to resist and deny the takedown. He has to be aware of the power coming against him, though he cannot underestimate the power that Prates possesses. He needs to set the pace for this fight, and he needs to move his feet more. He can't be too stationary because Prates will overload if he sees you as a sitting duck. Now, on the other side of the octagon, Carlos Prates, a high-rate finisher. 21 of his 23 wins have come by finish. 4 for 5 in his last 5 outings, defeating the likes of Leon Edwards and Jeff Neal. He's quick and accurate with his strike. He's got vicious knockout power in all of his strikes, and we've seen that time and time again. For example, he's got a straight left against Leon Edwards, the spinning elbow against Jeff Neal, and that body knee against Charles Radke. His grappling does need work. Getting him down requires little to more than minimal work to do, but keeping him there, fairly easy. He needs to be first. He can't let JDM control the pace, and he needs to be 100% in control of the fight 100% of the time. He cannot let this fight go to the ground. He's got to get back up if he does get taken down. He cannot accept a takedown whatsoever because the fight will begin to get away from him. He also needs to conserve his energy. He has to remember this is a 5-round fight, not a 3-rounder, 5 rounds. He's got to remember how to use his energy in each round and how to keep forward every round and how to make sure that he is going to be in control for the entire time. For this one, give me Prates. I think JDM will not be fast enough to work into a takedown or even land a takedown against Prates. I think Prates will do a good job at utilizing his striking, keeping the distance between him and JDM. And I think JDM might even succumb to the power of Prates. I think Prates has a very good chance of finishing him. But that all starts with him keeping it on the feet. Because if this one goes to the floor, and if JDM can find a consistent way to get Prates down, it's going to be a very long night for Prates. But regardless, Prates has to keep his cool and remember to use his energy wisely. And I can see him getting the job done on Saturday. Alright everybody, that's all we got for this week's video. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Smash that like button. Comment down below what your picks are for this weekend. And my pick 6 for this main card are as followed. Tai Tuivasa, Brendo Pricic, Marwan Rahiki, Tim Elliott, Quillian Sakilde, and Carlos Prates. Thank you again for your time. I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, we'll catch you next time for another Cage Conversation.